Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the night. A few minutes ago, we went into the AB rooms hoping that we were going to play that game, do the vote, and see what happened this time, but it got delayed because we found a dead body, a corpse, and Fi is suggesting that maybe someone with metal hands could have killed this person, if we know someone like that.
What are you suggesting?
It's just a joke.
Oh, really, Fi?
Don't take it so seriously.
We're talking about murder here.
Whatever. If we examine the wound, we'll probably get a better idea of what the weapon was.
Fi has an odd sense of humor at this time.
Let's get her to the infirmary. She might be old, but she's still a woman.
What does that mean?
If we're going to do an autopsy, she should have some privacy.
Oh, all right.
Come on, boys, let's go.
Alright, so this body, like mentioned last time, was not seen at all in this previous run-through, so I don't know where this is going. And who knows if we'll even be able to make this decision with the AB game tonight, or if that will have to wait. Perhaps 10 recognizes her, but he's not talking. Except for the big bloody wound gash on her. Aside from that.
Maybe she didn't suffer much when she died. Anyway, I feel a little bad about doing this, but I think we need to examine her.
Alright, is any of us qualified to do that?
You mean like an autopsy or something?
I guess there is Luna.
I'm just going to have a look at the wound.
But, I mean, even if she is a nurse, that doesn't necessarily mean she's qualified to perform an autopsy.
If we had a coroner, then it would be a different story, but... What?
I have a medical license.
You're a nurse?
No. Well, I'm not exactly a coroner.
Interesting. I guess you really can't judge a book by its cover, can you?
Sorry.
You don't need to apologize.
Are you really going to perform an autopsy? Oh,
Well, we do have a scalpel if you need it.
I won't really be doing it. I think that machine over there is a medical scanner. It's called an atom. It uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose people.
Can also determine cause of death.
Yes. I think I should be able to manage that.
Alright, so last time we saw the scanner used, it was to diagnose Radical 6. This time it seems to be used to figure out what caused that hole in her chest, I guess. I mean, I think we could have figured out that... Okay, yes, that there was a weapon that entered through that wound. Like a scalpel, maybe? Like the one we had? I don't know. Exactly, Sigma. You've happened upon it. That is the solution. You have to be looking for a murderous musician.
It means a tool of some sort. A knife, probably.
In other words, she was stabbed in the heart, right?
But who's to blame?
Yes.
Well, I suppose that clears me of suspicion.
Well, I don't see why, Kay.
Sorry, but no.
Why? Please, don't tell me you think my hand can somehow turn into a knife.
I told you that was a joke.
Then why am I still a suspect?
We found the old lady in one of the AB rooms, specifically the one farthest to the left. Before we went in there, only 2 other people had been in that room. You and Clover. Only one of you was conscious.
Fi, please, stop joking around. I assure you, there was no one else in that room besides Clover when I woke up. She must have been put there later.
But the door was locked, right? I don't think anyone could have gotten in without the key.
Except Zero, who controls the facility, except that person, I suppose.
Perhaps, but... There was a hatch on the ceiling, remember?
Yes, there was. But Zero said he locked all the hatches.
You fucking bastard! Why'd you kill her, Kay?
Well, Dio's convinced.
I knew it. You're him, aren't you? You're the real Zero.
Wait a minute, please. Just calm down. You aren't making sense. Let's suppose I am Zero. Why would I do something that would obviously cast suspicion on me?
Well, because you figured we'd think that. And you'd throw us off the trail by doing the exact opposite.
Man, Kay is such a mastermind. Plans within plans.
That's not a logical argument. Still, you do have at least half a point. Your argument doesn't confirm my guilt, but it does show us where we should be looking. The real Zero. The person who brought us here is likely the person who murdered that woman. Doesn't that seem like the most reasonable answer?
I guess.
I mean, I suppose I could have killed her. I do tend to do that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If Zero was the murderer, then they could open anything they wanted to. I mean, didn't Zero say something about that?
I live in the master computer. That means all the electronic doors in this whole warren are under my control.
Exactly. Also, consider this. If the murderer isn't Zero, why would the AI Zero stay silent? He told us that his job was to make sure the game ran smoothly, but now the unexpected has happened, and he says nothing.
Well, that woman isn't a competitor in the game, so maybe he doesn't care about that.
Why would he do that? If he can see everything we do, then he must know who killed the old woman. So why has he kept his silence? The answer is simple. The murderer is Zero, or rather Zero Senior, I suppose you could say. He likely ordered Zero Junior, the AI, to keep his identity hidden.
Oh, right, we're calling the AI Zero Junior. I forgot about that.
If Zero Junior told us about the murder, then Zero Senior's identity would be compromised. There is something else to consider as well. Perhaps this murder was not unexpected. Zero Senior murdered her. Just as planned. Death is only another part of the game. Well, there's no way to know for sure, but I would assume so.
"10 minutes remain. until Ambidex game polling closes.
Okay, that's right. The timer had started, so we've spent all of our time in the infirmary. I guess that's a better excuse than the first time, where we just spent all that time arguing with Phi about the prisoner's dilemma.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
I don't know.
+1.
Well, one thing's for sure. If we don't go vote, something bad's going to happen.
You see? Just as I said.
Well, no, it's not that something bad's gonna happen. They said any default vote is ally.
Zero Jr. ensures the game continues, even though someone has died. All of this is part of Zero Sr.'s plan.
Let's get back to the warehouse. If we all head to the AB rooms, maybe we'll see Zero Jr. After all, he told us he'd give us specifics once we gone in.
So really, the best outcome could be if no one votes. I wonder if we'll even get the chance, or if we'll just run out of time before we do it. Because how are we going to play the AB game if we don't have a lengthy explanation of what the prisoner's dilemma is? Maybe we don't even get to do that right now.
What? Are you worried there's a ghost or something?
Yeah?
Nope. I don't believe in ghosts. I feel bad that she died, of course. But there's not really anything I can do about that, is there? I prefer bold, but whatever. You just don't let emotions get in the way.
Emotions. Who needs them?
Anyway, let's go. Looks like the others have already gone in. No. Look at the screen. There's something there.
All right. And that will cause the doors to close.
Yep.
We don't seem very surprised about it this time.
Hooray! Everybody's finally here!
Hey, Zero.
I've been waiting. Ugh! Will all of you please stop bombarding me with questions? The other people in the other rooms are asking me stuff just like you are, Siggy. I guess you probably can't hear them since these rooms are completely soundproof, but B.O. is especially loud. For real, B.O., I need you to shut up. There isn't much time. I gotta hurry and explain all this stuff, or the game will end before I'm done. So, no more questions from now on. No answers for anybody, okay? You just have to wait. Now, let's get this party started! Let me tell you about the AB game. Since it's a game, you're obviously going to have an opponent. But it's not like this is a battle royale where you just fight everybody. Each round will be a one-on-one battle. Mono a mono, or mono a womano.
I wonder.
Well, for
Yep, there we go.
example, Siggy and Fido paired up. That means
We can only do that at that point. We got new content right now.
10 Meoldi. And it goes the other way too. 10 Meoldi's opponent will be Siggy and Fido. Obviously, that means Potassium and Cleaver's enemy will be Mooney. And Bio and Hook's enemy will be Alas. Well, I guess enemy isn't really the right word, is it?
Oh yeah, here we go. Now we're doing it.
Okay then. I think that about does it for the basic rules. Well, actually, there's a little bit more, but it'll just have to wait, I guess. After all, it's almost time! No! I won't wait and I can't wait! Didn't you hear me? It is time!
1 minute remains until Ambidex's game polling closes.
So I guess we are actually going to get the chance to do this vote tonight.
It's time for me to be hopping on out of here. See you later! Have a nice trauma!
We don't have time to talk about this. Rock, paper, scissors. We have to decide who's gonna press the button. Just shut up and do it. 1, 2, 3.
Oh. Okay. 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 I guess it's time for a vote. The chat is so far behind, they're not going to know what they're voting for. They keep talking about skipping this. I skipped what I could, and then there was a lot of new content mixed in with that, so we couldn't skip all of it. You can see they're still talking about skipping content. I guess I'll probably just let them know what we're voting on. Just cancel out my own vote by hitting 4. That's the way Odd Me works, by the way, if you were curious. If I vote more than once, it cancels out my first vote and only goes with the second one. So since the last one I used was 4, should be routed to 4. Okay, so what are people saying? Looks like people are saying, oh, Rock, you don't know what you're voting for. I just told you what you're voting for. You gotta pay attention. We're voting for Rock. It looks like that's winning. And if people don't saying that they don't know what it is we're voting for, it's not my fault. They can't pay attention to the chat. What's going on in there? Twitch is extremely laggy tonight. Anyway, it looks like Rock won. So,
Scissors.
oh, it doesn't matter what we pick, Bear Jazz. We'll always win? Okay.
Damn it. So what are you gonna pick? We're playing against Tenmyoji. Do you have any reason to think he won't betray you? Yeah. If he does, what does that make our BP?
Makes it 1.
And when will we do that?
Ten seconds remain until Ambidex's game polling closes.
Well, you won. The decision's yours. Now decide. Ally or betray?
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so it is letting us choose after all. For a little bit, I wasn't entirely sure if that was going to happen. Okay, so, again, let me put it in all caps this time. Maybe people will notice. Alright, so it's going to be number 1 for ally or number 2 for betray. Once they hear this in about a minute, it's how things have been going. But hopefully this will be understood, whether we ally or betray. It seems like people realize what this vote's all about. Now, I guess this is a case where we could use our knowledge of the previous playthrough to help us out. We know that 10 did vote for ally when he was going up against Kay and Clover, and he got screwed because of it. So maybe we can count on him to vote ally for us. Of course, voting ally is the thing we should be doing anyway. But since we have that knowledge, hopefully it'll turn out the same way, that he'll vote ally, and if we vote ally, then everything turns out well. Let's see what happens.
Round 1 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Some people in the chat voting right now because that's what's appearing on the stream. No, that's over. That's done with. That vote happened 2 minutes ago.
So you chose ally, huh? Not complaining. I just think you're being a little soft-hearted.
No, we're being rational. It's nothing to do with being nice for 10 or feeling pity for him. We all work out if everyone chooses ally. We all get out with no problems. And everyone should realize that.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You don't have any facts, just misguided optimism.
Yo, what's up? Siggy! But no! Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
Fine.
Good. Looks like you're all here. Finally. Let's get ready to rock! Ambidex game! Round 1! The results! If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
We continue to be playing this game, this Ambidex game, with some of the dumbest people that you could choose to be your partners in a game like this. Why is everyone picking Betray? Well, let's see. Kay and Clover picked Betray last time. Luna picked Ally last time. That's consistent. Dio and Quark, they picked Ally. They changed to Betray this time. Alice chose Ally. She chose Betray with us. Why did she decide to trust Dio and Quark and decide that she couldn't trust us? I think we're much more trustworthy. But maybe not, because Tenmyoji, who chose Ally last time, chose Betray. Why did he betray us? Is there something about us that people just don't trust?
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
Sigma. Phi. Sorry. Look, I said I was sorry.
See? I told you. A soft heart is the easiest to break. Do you understand what kind of game this is now?
Are you serious? Someone's dead, and not just dead, murdered. I got no reason to think that murderer wasn't one of you. Only an idiot trusts someone he's never met when there's a killer on the loose. You think I had a choice?
Yeah, it was the same choice we had. There was an ally choice on the screen.
Right. I think that's enough for me. I'm old, and I'm tired. So tired.
So maybe he might have chose ally if it wasn't for the murder that just happened to pop up right before this Ambidex game.
Hey,
Well, I guess Alice now knows how it feels.
what the hell is this?
Hey, look, lady, I was gonna choose Ally, I swear to God.
It's all Quark. He did it. Blame him.
But just as I'm about to do it, this little bastard runs in and hits the betray button.
What?
Oh, come on. Really gonna just try and play it dumb, huh? You're a manipulative little twerp, aren't you?
Quark, is he telling the truth? Were you the one who chose betray?
No! I didn't do anything! I didn't have a chance to do anything before Mr. Dio pressed the button! I'm telling the truth! I promise!
Sure, kid. Whatever. The cute and innocent act isn't gonna work.
No!
Fine. You just wait.
Man, this is all your fault, Quark.
My fault? Why are you blaming me? How could you do that, Mr. Dio? You're a jerk.
Well, maybe Quark is not so trustworthy as he might seem. Or maybe Dio's the one who is lying.
We aren't trying to blame you.
But, I mean, if you just think about it, wouldn't it make sense to choose betray?
So things turned out the same for these two. They betrayed Tenmyoji last time, and Tenmyoji chose ally. So things happened the same way for these two this time. Oh, Luna seems brokenhearted.
Forget it. I understand now. It was silly of me to trust you guys.
Zero, when does the next round start?
What makes you think we'll be having another round?
Well, you said round one. If there's a round one, then there's likely a round two.
Besides, didn't you say the goal of the AB game was to get 9 BP? That's impossible without a second round.
Yeah, I guess you got a point. You're right. There will be a second round.
When?
I don't
Why not?
know. The voting happens when an AB gate opens.
They're already open.
Right, you are. So, let me just close them.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 2 of the Ambidex game will be the Moon Round.
Like it says, round 2 of the Ambidex game is the moon round. So it's been another half hour. I suppose it's time to shut it down for the night. Thank you for coming, everyone. Even though you won't be hearing this for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, this stream is so far behind. Twitch has been having problems as of late with our stream. Sometimes it works well, but other times, like this, it's just barely usable. What I'm reading right now is that... Wow, 72% of the frames on this stream were dropped, so the chat and attendance only saw 28% of the stream. That's terrible. So, I guess they'll have to wait for this to go up on YouTube to see the actual good video. Anyway, they're still watching Zero the Third talk with the other people about the rules of the AB game, which is why they're saying skip. They don't realize that happened a while back now. So we're going to leave it with that. Thank you for coming to the stream. I hope you had a good time, even though it ended up really being real laggy. So unfortunately, that was the case. But I thought that overall it was a good stream tonight. Well, we did witness the end of Bully Demise's career, which was very sad. We'll have to figure out what he's going to do next. We continued on with the Daedalus Encounter, and we continued on in VLR, getting past our first puzzle room and getting to the first round of the AB game. Unfortunately, things went exactly the same for us this time as it did last time. It's going to have to turn around for us at some point. Let's see what our flowchart looks like. Okay, so yeah. Oh, look at that. We actually have another choice coming up right now. But that'll have to wait for next week. And we'll see what happens to break the path. What happens right now, because that did not happen last time in our first path with Alice. So that's interesting anyway. We'll just see what happens with that, and why the path would break right after this AB game. Oh, actually, yeah, I know why the path would break. It's because we have to choose a new partner. In our first playthrough, we did not actually get a choice for that, it chose for us. But I guess in the path that we're on now, we will actually get to be able to choose it ourselves. So we at least have that control over our own destiny. It's a little bit more than we had last time round. Yep, and they're reaching the point where I said that 72% of frames were dropped, so you can calculate yourself how far back they are. Anyway, maybe we'll experiment with YouTube streaming sometime this week. So once you hear that, once it gets to the stream, maybe we'll do that sometime this week. Just see how a YouTube stream goes, and we'll see how well that works. Anyway, have a good night, everyone. I had fun as usual, despite the lag in the last segment. I hope you had fun too. I always like doing this every week. So we'll continue on next week with more Virtue's Last Reward. Have a good night, have a good week, and I'll see you next time.